It looks like that chapter on Bertha, it has closed. And what a journey, right? We said that we would add some stops along this timeline, and we have. It really was a struggle with Bertha moving through the Gulf, but it did hang out in the Gulf the entire time, actually similar to what we saw with Arthur this season. So we begin on July 15th. It was last Wednesday that the NHC said, hey, there's a chance we could have something develop, only a 20% chance. So we waited and we saw, all right, thought maybe something along the coast. It's going to be messy, not too concerned. And then the chances started to increase, and a notable shift where the Gulf became the focus, not so much off the southeast coast. A 30% chance on the 18th. So that was Saturday. And then on the same day, those chances began to rise, a 50% chance followed by an 80% chance. We suddenly saw this thing and thought, okay, by the end of the weekend, we could likely have a designated tropical depression and perhaps even a named storm. In fact, when that tropical depression formed on the 19th of July, I believe if I do my dates right, that was Sunday at 11 o'clock Eastern. On Monday, we suddenly got Bertha. Bertha was born in the Gulf and it stayed there the entire time. It did at some points look, you could say, impressive, especially for a tropical system. But the whole thing, the entire time, was really large, had a hard time consolidating and producing a tight and more, I guess, distinguished core that you get with a tropical storm. As a TS, it did make landfall. It made landfall in St. Bernard Parish just a couple of days ago. It moved right over New Orleans. That was on the 22nd. And then just yesterday, it went from a tropical storm to a tropical depression, and then it essentially washed out as it moved over Texas. I don't even think we got an official landfall announcement from the National Hurricane Center regarding Bertha, but last night at 11 o'clock, we got that last advisory as the remnants of Bertha move through Texas. Now, Fox Weather senior correspondent Robert Ray, he has been traveling along the Gulf Coast as Bertha meandered through. He filed this report from Galveston, Texas.
Tracking Tropical Storm Bertha all the way from Florida to here in the Texas coast. Galveston Island this morning looking pretty good. Not a lot of rain, just some sprinkles, and the waves not intense by any means, as residents and tourists were out enjoying fleeting moments this morning before the rain actually came in. And then, indeed, it did make its way. Made a little bit of a sloppy mess, but the most rain we've seen since this team has been tracking this all the way from Florida into Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and now here. But let's talk about the origins of Bertha and what has occurred. It all started in south central Florida in the Gulf of America. It formed there days ago, then made its way up into the Panhandle. And eventually, well, it got a little bit rowdy yesterday as it made its way into Dauphin Island. Well, that is a barrier island just outside of Mobile Bay, south of Mobile. We had wind gusts in the 40s and waves 9 to 12 feet, which made for some interesting moments, but nothing intense or catastrophic. That's a good thing. Some push of water, some roadways taking a little bit of flooding, but that all receded. So the first landfall yesterday at 2 p.m. Central, southeast of New Orleans and St. Bernard Parish as it made its way in. New Orleans, thankfully, did not take a whole lot of rain or winds. And then the system moved on overnight. And then a second landfall on Thursday afternoon, right at the border of Louisiana and Texas near Port Arthur. And this afternoon rains here on Galveston Island, just to the east of the big city of Houston. The system trekking over Houston with some rains, gusty winds on the shore, especially south of where we're at. They could see gusty winds in the 30s and the 40s, but nothing that's going to make any serious impacts for sure. Tropical storm warnings in play, and that's all going to change throughout the night. That will likely be downgraded to watches as the storm moves inland and tracks towards San Antonio and Hill Country. But to look at this as a whole, Tropical Storm Bertha, the second one of the year, second system or named storm of the year. You know, in a sense, kind of a get ready and prepare storm, just so we can see what happens for the rest of this tropical season. Whether we get a hurricane in the Gulf, unsure. Another tropical storm, that's not clear either. One thing we do know, is that the impacts from this storm were not catastrophic, not very intense at all. And look, that's a really good thing. And in places like Galveston Island, which is so used to incredible storms like Hurricane Ike in 2008 that came in, caused so many issues, and we know the 1900 hurricane here that killed thousands of people, still the most deaths on record since they've been taken since 1850 from a hurricane. We were a little worried that this area might take so much rain from the effects of Bertha that there might be flooding on Galveston Island. It's known for that, but that did not occur. So we'll continue to monitor this as it moves inland. Hopefully, not a lot of rain falls in hill country, which, as we know, last week had incredible flash flooding. This incredible place, Galveston Island, historic and known for so many storms that have gone through. I'm Robert Ray, Fox Weather.